So I decided that I'm going to make a video today about my vocal cord paralysis so I can explain what it is and what it means to live with that. So vocal cord paralysis can come from different things. Some people lose the function of the vocal cord during intubation when they have a ventilator or breathing tube put down their throat. Some get it through surgery, of doing surgery in this area, not this area, but this area. And other people get it from viruses, and that's what they think happened to me a year ago. So I was in Sweden during that time, and I got really sick, and it was when COVID had just begun. When it happened, I actually thought that I was having bronchitis or something, and it happened really, really sudden. I actually remember the day it happened. I got up at 3 in the morning, and all of a sudden it felt like a nerve in my body. It was vibrating all the way down and making my blood pressure drop extremely low for a very long period of time. And I turned completely yellow-white color, and I felt like I was having a heart attack or a stroke or something. And when I tried to go call for an ambulance in Sweden, since I was still breathing, they said they would not come get me. So I was unable to get checked out in Sweden for it. When I went to the doctor a week later, they said it was probably allergies. They gave me allergy medicine. Anyways, so my vocal cord, I did not know that's what it was. I was constantly drinking tea and sucking on lozenges. That was the only thing that made it kind of feel like some relief, because it felt like something was stuck in my throat. I thought it was up here, but clearly it wasn't. And I felt like this strain from here all the way down, and I kept pointing to it at the doctor. I was like, no, it's here, and he just didn't get it. And then when I came back 3.5 months later from Sweden, I got sick again, and I kept saying, here, it's hurting here, and they were like, oh, it's probably just from, having a cold or cough, chest inflammation, and they sent me on my way too. So I do wonder, if I had gotten checked out in the beginning, if they would have been able to figure out what was causing it. So what it does is, when you breathe, when you talk, when you swallow, when you do exercise, when you lift things, you use your vocal cords. They go like this in your neck. And if one is not working properly, or both, it makes it hard to breathe. It makes it hard to talk for long periods of time. It strains the muscles. The muscles tighten everywhere, and it feels like an inflamed tightness, like asthma, like you're not breathing. And it can clamp. I've had a lot of clamping where it stays that way for hours. And then you just hear my voice and sound great, and it gets worse than this, actually. So that's what it is. That's what it does. Shania Twain has it. She's had surgery on it. So, it's a thing. Yeah. So I wanted to make a video to show what it's like when I start to lose my voice. So yesterday I showed 6 houses, which meant I probably talked about an hour and a half total yesterday, and I woke up today with no voice. So this is what happens when I talk for even that amount of time, even though it was in spurts. It was 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, talking about the house, life, stuff like that. But today I went to do a showing, and I have no voice. I know they were probably freaked out thinking I'm sick. But this is what vocal cord paralysis does, and eventually I'll barely be able to get a sound out. I think I got it from having a virus, maybe even COVID, a year ago. And I'm going to get surgery on it in May 10th. On May 10th. So for May 10th, probably for a couple of weeks, I won't be able to talk much. But I'll be looking forward to it, because sometimes it's hard to swallow and it's hard to breathe sometimes. If I work out, it works the vocal cords when you work out. So it gets strained from that. Acid reflux also makes it worse. But, I kind of learned different tricks on how to get by with this issue. but it definitely isn't pleasant. But that's why I don't make a lot of videos. Sometimes when it gets really bad, I sound like a chipmunk. Like my voice goes really, really high. And right now I'm like only really low because I don't have my full range to talk. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little summary of like what it is, because it sounds silly, like, oh, you just have a strained voice, but actually the vocal cord right here doesn't work at all. It looks like it, I've seen it with the camera a few times already. It looks like a wimpy like thing that's just struggling to get by, but it doesn't work. So that's what it is. I'm okay, but I definitely sound like I'm sick, and I will probably be in mute for the rest of the day. And I'm still gonna try to work out. I'm still gonna do it. There you go. Night.